Welcome to the How to Write a Book podcast, the show that helps you plan, write, and publish your book, even if you're a beginner or just feel like one. Now, for your host, she's written over a dozen books and helps others bring their books to life. Here she is, Massiel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the How to Write a Book podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about prep for NaNoWriMo, also known as PrepTober. If you are watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that I had a spooky background on. I couldn't help it. I was looking at it and I was like, yes, definitely. This is the month for that. So, got some pumpkins, got like a little owl that's like blinking its big old eyes. And I think there's like a haunted house behind me, which is awesome. I love October. I love Halloween. All right. So for those of you who are new, the How to Write a Book podcast is all about inspiring writers and also providing motivation for the new and the seasoned author and writer. So thank you all for joining me. Every year we have a special for National Novel Writing Month, which is in November. And the last couple of years, I've had motivational quotes. I've had prompts. And this year is actually something special. I'm really excited about it. So I've decided, the good Lord gave me a good message that said, all right, we're doing guest interviews. So yes, we are more than halfway through the majority of our interviews, and they have been awesome. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. We are getting lots of different types of writers, traditional, indie, poetry, quotes, memoir, fiction, a lot of amazing writers. And every episode has been mind-blowing, not just for myself, but I feel like y'all are going to get some really great nuggets. There's going to be, I hope, someone out there on the show that you will feel, connected to, that you'll feel like their story resonates. And that is the goal. So every day we'll be dropping an episode with a new guest speaker. And it's just really exciting. Some of the episodes, I've been completely mind blown. One episode I've cried. So y'all are ready for some great stuff. So remember, that's National Novel Writing Month. Hey, let's dive into the episode. So National Novel Writing Month, what is it? So it is a nonprofit organization that has created a phenomenon, really. Every year, I think millions of people sit down and they write their book. The goal is to reach 50,000 words in November. Now, for National Novel Writing Month, which is in November, you're supposed to create 50,000 fresh words. Then they have Camp NaNoWriMo, which I think is in April and in July, where you can do like editing instead. But NaNoWriMo specifically is about creating fresh words, 50,000 words. So it's amazing. It's a community event. You will see people, you will hear of people across the world. They have YouTube openings where they do virtual write-ins. You can become part of groups that are in your area. It's a fun event. And if you haven't tried it, I suggest trying it, even just for the community. It's like you're thinking, I don't know if I can write 50,000 words in November, which you totally can. I believe in you. But the community itself, just watching people writing, being around that environment, it sparks so much joy in my heart. And so I hope it does for you too. So this episode is about prepping. October is known as PrepTober, where you prep for NaNoWriMo. Now everybody preps differently, but some of the things that I like to do is preparing as far as organizing, outlining, but for sure, one of the top things that I do to prep is just get my space going. I love to get pumpkin spice coffee. I love to get pumpkin candles. I have a little writing space that I carve out for myself. I get extra batteries for my dictation device. So those are some like really easy things that I do to prep. And I think that if you are just inspiring yourself to write during November, you're doing a great job. But this episode, we're going to talk about some realistic ways also that you can prep and be ready for NaNoWriMo. All right. So a couple of things to note about NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo itself has inspired over 500 novels to be traditionally published. Yeah, that's really cool. And one of the probably most famous novels of NaNoWriMo is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So that one, I believe she wrote it during NaNoWriMo, and then got it traditionally published. So NaNoWriMo is a place where the possibilities are endless. All right, so let's talk about the importance of PrepTober. PrepTober can be very crucial because if you have struggled in the past to write 50,000 words, or if this is your first time doing it, it can provide a structure for you. Proper preparation can really help you to excel during NaNoWriMo. Now, I really believe that, if you're a different type of writer, you can approach it in any way that you want. But if you do prep and you structure yourself during PrepTober, you can really increase your chances of success in NaNoWriMo. And the whole point of NaNoWriMo is not to reach any sense of perfection. It's to finish the 50,000 words. On average, people who participate in PrepTober, so they do some planning, are 30% more likely to complete the challenge of NaNoWriMo. So it can really boost you ahead. And really at the end of NaNoWriMo, it's about giving yourself confidence. So if we can boost your confidence and really highlight, all the ways that you can win this thing, then yes, I really would like to suggest the importance of PrepTober. If it's going to work for you and it's going to push you to that finish line, then definitely take the time to prep. So one of the first things you can do is set your writing goals. Now, the first goal is pretty simple and straightforward. 50,000 words. You can totally do it. That is the goal for NaNoWriMo. 50,000 brand new words. However you do this is up to you. Type it on your phone, in a Google Doc, put it in a journal, and you're counting your words that way. I love to dictate, so I do it that way. Whatever's going to get you there, make sure you get those items ready, because you need to be ready to go on November 1st. So you got to have your notebooks down, you got to have your pens down, the pencils sharpened, get everything ready. Now, also be specific with your goals, even smaller than that. So the average, I think, is 1,667 words a day. That's like what you should hit daily in order to reach 50,000 words. But if for whatever reason, like maybe your job is a little bit too much, or, you have the kids during the weekdays, then you might need to adjust your goals. So set realistic but concrete goals. Maybe you need to have a weekend where you write 4,000 words, but Wednesday through Friday, you don't write that many words, maybe a couple hundred here or there. That could be something that you do. Maybe you're going to go on vacation, or maybe that you're going to be out for a week, celebrating the U.S. holiday of Thanksgiving. And so you need to front load everything in the first 2 to 3 weeks. So that could be something. So remember to write down specifically what hurdles are you going to hit for sure. And also add some leeway. I say like a 20% leeway. How many days do you think you might be sick? How many days might just be like, they just knock you off your core, right? So add in that little buffer as well when you're setting your writing goals. So writers who set specific achievable goals are more likely to finish the challenge with a 25% higher success rate. So 25%, that is a whole quarter, right? That's amazing. So if this is going to help you get there, and maybe that 25% is in that last leg of November, sit down and set your writing goals, because it can make that much more of a difference and help you to win this thing. All right, let's talk about plotting and outlining. So every writer is different. Some writers, they love to plot and others don't. But when you're going to hit NaNoWriMo, I do suggest having some sort of outline. And the reason for that is because NaNoWriMo has a lovely, just juxtaposition or challenge in that it's one of the hardest months to write, because you're prepping for the holidays. If you're in the U.S., you're celebrating Thanksgiving, and other holidays are celebrated internationally. I apologize. I only know the American holiday off the top of my head. It's a time for you to start winding down at work, meeting sales quotas, or, everyone's about to leave in December. So now you're trying to wrap up documents, the kids are, kind of taking a break from school. So there can be a lot going on, but that's kind of the beauty of NaNoWriMo, is that because there's so much going on and you finish that book, it's really telling yourself, wow, if I can do it this month, I can do it any month. I'm amazing. You're amazing. Don't forget. Right? So because we're hitting such a chaotic month, it can help to outline. There can be huge significance in outline. Now, one of the things I want to add here is that if you are a discovery writer, sometimes having an outline feels like structure. You're like, oh my gosh, I have too many thoughts. What if I don't have the right thought? What if I feel overwhelmed? So, you know how you start pantsing right into NaNoWriMo, right? You just start going for it. I would suggest you kind of push that a little bit ahead of time. Do that during PrepTober, because then you're going to want to hit your new chapters and your new character explorations and all the things you found out about in PrepTober you're going to want to explore in NaNoWriMo. So I would suggest going through your exploratory phase a bit during October. Now, for those of you who love outlines, of course, go for it. Give yourself a little bit of a goal. Maybe you'll have 3 pages of an outline or 30 pages of an outline, because that's going to help you to reach your 50,000 word goal and also enjoy the process, because you're not going to feel so stressed as to, well, what am I writing? Where is it going? All of that's already been settled. People who outline their novels before NaNoWriMo are 40% more likely to reach the 50,000 word goal. Yep. So sit down and tackle that outline, whether it's discovery writing or jotting it down, because that's going to help you to feel more structured. It's going to help you to feel like I'm on track and push you forward. And last but not least, don't forget, create some well-rounded characters. Set some time to explore your characters before you go into NaNoWriMo. And the reason for that is because it's going to help you not just get into the mood of your book and the tone of your book, but you're going to start to see what they need to face, what obstacles they're going to be climbing, the climaxes, the character arcs. You're going to see that a little bit ahead of time, so you can start fresh with the trajectory in mind. And remember that when you have compelling characters, that in itself can help you to push forward, because you want to see what happens to that character. You want to see, where they go next, instead of kind of fumbling around a little bit and trying to discover it at the time, feeling the pressure, things like that. So hopefully this helps you. A little bit of prep for National Novel Writing Month. All right, go get them. First of all, sign up for NaNoWriMo. It's free, nanowrimo.org. Be prepared to listen to this show every day during November, because we are dropping an episode every single day. And I've been very inspired, so I hope that you're very inspired. Also, don't forget that I've opened a 6-week coaching program, customized for your needs. Reach out to me. I would be happy to chat with you. We can even set time aside so that we can prep for NaNoWriMo. I would love to do that. Y'all, I'm going to be part of this. You can befriend me on there, and let's write this thing together. Your story deserves to be told. Go forth, get that book, and see you another time.
Hey there, amazing listeners. I've got some exciting news to share. If you've been wanting to work with me one-on-one, you're in luck. I'm now signed up on Coach.me, and to celebrate, I'm offering a special discount rate for personalized coaching sessions for 90 minutes at a fantastic rate. Sign up now before the year ends so that you can have a strong coaching companion for the new year. Find my coaching link in the show notes. And if that's not enough for you, then sign up for 6 weeks of personalized coaching. You can find that information on my website. Let's level up together. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the How to Write a Book podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the conversation. If you want to keep up with me and my work, check out the website blackheartedstudios.com. That's www.blackheartedstudios.com. And follow me on Instagram at Massiel Writes. That's at MASSIEL Writes. As a book coach and publisher, I'm passionate about helping aspiring authors bring their stories to life. So if you've been dreaming of writing a book and don't know where to start, head to my website and let's chat. You get a free 30 minutes on me. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.